That's right. Tonight, we are yes clickers. Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And today I have for you a Sylvan deck. This is only, I think, the second time I've used Sylvans. I used them at the very beginning when they first came out to try them out. And then once they became what they were, you know, I stopped using them. But following the trend that I've had, you know, in the last few videos of using old meta and putting it into today's game, I decided to mess around with some Sylvans. And you can actually make a really cool Synchro Toolbox deck using Sylvans and Luna's skill, Mark of the Dragon. Now this skill will put in your deck 2 Spore, which is a really good tuner monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other plant type monster from your graveyard, any Sylvan. Special summon this card from your graveyard and increase its level by the level of that banished monster. Each player can only activate the effect of Spore once per duel. So what this does is it allows you to go into almost any Synchro, because you can make Spore whatever level you want depending on what you have on the field. And that's why you want to run a deck like Sylvans, because not only are they plant obviously, but you have so many different levels in the archetype that you want to have, you know, several options. And it'll also put an Ancient Fairy Dragon in your deck. Just a level 7 synchro monster. We're not using field spells and stuff like that, so it's not too relevant. But anyway, let's go over the deck, which is not very different from, you know, most Sylvan decks. We're gonna have 3 Komashrumo, 3 Magical Merchant. Both are the, you know, the main cards you want to use to mill from your deck, excavate and mill from your deck. We have 3 World Carryweight Champion. This is really good because once it hits your grave, not only do you get a monster in the field, but you can also set up your graveyard with whatever you have in hand. So if you have Spore in hand, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard to special summon the Carryweight Champion, and, you know, then go for your Spore play. 2 Martial Leaf, which is all we are allowed to use. No econs, no Treacherous Trap Hole, nothing that's semi-limited pretty much, because we are running the 2 Sylvans. That's also why we don't have Rose Lover, it's also semi-limited. 1 Sylvan Peacekeeper. If this card is sent from the deck, excavated and sent from the deck to the graveyard, you get to special summon 1 level 4 lower plant type monster in your graveyard. So you can use it to get it, and, you know, a Spore on the field or one of your Sylvans to go into your Synchro plays afterwards. We have 2 Sylvan Guardian Oak, which it's a 1 tribute. You guys know what these cards do. Same for Lotus Swain. Lotus Swain is gonna let you put some up to 5, is it? Hang on. If this card is excavated from the deck and sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target up to 5 Sylvan cards in your graveyard, accept itself, and place them on the bottom or of your deck in any order. So this will help you not deck out, because obviously we're only running 2 spells. So there is a chance of, you know, milling 12 cards from your deck and being really low on cards. So that's why we have the Lotus Swain, so that we don't deck ourselves out. We have 2 Snapdrasinagon. We got 2 of these. This card, it's a level 1. That's kind of why it's here. In addition to Peacekeeper, is to be able to make or Spore a level 2. But it has a cool effect. If you mill it, you get to mill an extra card. That's just about it. And then we have 2 Offerings to Doom. I'm still, you know, using Offerings to Doom. I really like this card, and it helps in this deck because your graveyard is your resources, so you can deal without having, you know, 1 draw in exchange for destroying a very problematic monster. For the deck, the extra deck, we have 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Flambeau Urukisas, 1 Goyo Chaser, which I never got to go into, it's kind of sad. 1 Gigantic Castle and 1 Gravity Warrior. So we can literally go into any of these just from Spore, and we also have the Ancient Fairy Dragon. But enough talk, let's get into some Sylvan replays for some quality gameplay. I didn't mean to take that long in the explanation, because everyone's really familiar, you know. If you've been playing long enough, you know the dark ages of the Sylvan meta. The game is different now. It's obviously nerfed and not as strong as it once was. Now you could even argue that's a little slow. We're going up against Blue Eyes, so trick up the sleeve. Going first, we're going to set the Mushroom. We are going to see the Cosmo Brain immediately attack into our Mushroom, and then we'll start clicking yes on whatever prompts on the screen. Not really, but you know, that's the meme. We're going to summon our Martial Leaf. We're going to destroy the Cosmo Brain. And then I'm going to tribute for my Guard Oak. Mill 3 more. Or you know, excavate and mill. Snap the blue Sylvan. We're gonna call it the purple Sylvan. Alright, I can't say the name. Pulper Sylvan is gonna excavate and a Mushroom, so we'll destroy the face down. He's forced to use his Grebo. He wasn't really forced, he wouldn't have died. But at that point he pretty much bricked. We're gonna use Carrot Weight to send a Snap Dressing. That's Sylvan. Alright, the level 1 Sylvan. I really can't say the name. We turn our Spore into a level 4 by banishing a Martial Leaf, going to Stardust Dragon for the style points, and because this is a Synchro deck, so there you go. Easy win. Once we took care of the Cosmo Brain and the follow-up Blue Eyes, he was pretty much done for. We have a Bandit Keith next. So on the side deck list, as you can see, there's a ×2 on the offerings. I wanted to fit the whole extra deck, and it was gonna look awkward if I just had it to like the side, so I just put a ×2 on there. In case you're wondering, so we're going up against Bandit Keith. We're gonna go for the Magical Merchant. I felt like I could net more cards off of Magical Merchant, but this Destiny Hero player just turn 1 Trinity for whatever reason. I still don't understand, but he turn 1 Trinity. A little premature of me, but I went ahead and used Offerings to the Doom on it. See if I could get an early scoop. Instead, he summons another Malicious, and look how many cards we're going to mill. Not many because I'm that unlucky. But we mill enough to, you know, get a monster on board. We have to skip our draw phase because of the Offerings to the Doom, but we have plenty of follow-ups. We have 2 Mushrooms. We're gonna get a Carrot Weight Champion in the graveyard. This time we're gonna get some more Spores. Take care of that back row. Put some Sylvans back in the deck. And I think I hit a Floodgate. Yeah, I hit a Floodgate. So look at this. I banished a level 5 to make my Spore a level 6. When else are you gonna see a Mushroom and a Spore yield out a Stardust Dragon? So really nice there. He's gonna activate Celestial, but I have a backup Offerings to the Doom, so I'm feeling pretty safe. His Drill Dark is gonna attack my Mushroom, and I'm pretty sure I mill 2 Martial Leaf right here and get the Rage Quit out of him. I'm gonna click yes a bunch of times. Get those nice chains going. And there's the scoop. So many people were quitting to this deck, and you know, I laugh now, but back in the day, I used to be, you guys saw the streams, I used to be super salty every time I went up against Sylvans, but you know, times changed. Now I get to, you know, give my opponents some of that salt. Here we're going up against Akisa, and this was a bit of a mirror match. You know, they're using a different 5DS character. They have Black Rose Dragon instead of Ancient Fairy. But the idea is pretty similar. He's gonna set 1 back row, set 1 monster. I'm gonna do the same. I see the Carrot Weight Champion. He's got Copy Plant, so he's going to go into Goyo Chaser. And that's fine. I can take care of that Chaser with my Offerings to the Doom. Doesn't matter that I don't draw, because what I'm trying to do is mill a bunch of cards. Look at all those spicy mills. Look at all this skill right in front of the screen. The plays though. So we pretty much mill half the deck. We're gonna activate a bunch of effects, including Mushroom and Martial Leaf to destroy his monster and card. And once the field is clear, I have free range to do whatever I want. I get a martial leaf on the board. Even though I skip my draw phase, look at all the plays I have just from the graveyard play. We are going to banish a Peacekeeper to make this guy, I can't say his name either, Flambo, Urukisas, summon another carrot weight, and just go for game. Pretty much what you want to do with this deck. You know, when your opponent doesn't rage quit, most of the time you're going to be able to swarm the board and just go for game. Now we're going up against Yuval. I love the Yuval matchup when I have an easy way to summon Stardust Dragon. As you guys have seen on some of my other videos, like the Red Lotus deck. Is that the name? Yeah. That, you know, had the Galaxy Serpent and the X-Sabers monsters. Pretty easy to go into Stardust Dragon in that deck. And it's pretty easy to go into it in this one as well. So we're gonna go with a Magical Merchant. Because I already have one spell, I feel like I can get the most value out of this. You know, there's only one card that's gonna stop the mills. And boy did I mill. 5, that's 6. 6 cards, not bad. We got a Spore in there, we got a Martial Leaf. So if he summons a Yuval right now, I have Offerings to the Doom. But instead they go for Sacred Phoenix. So we're gonna wait, you know, we're gonna wait it out a little bit. Summon a Mushroom. He tries to attack with the Yashka, you know, for max damage. Ends up taking 200 and I get 5 more mills. We're gonna destroy, oh wait, I thought I milled Martial Leaf, maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so here I destroy this right away because I want the Yuval to come out. I could destroy the Yuval, but in reality I kind of extended this duel just so I could BM a little bit and summon Stardust Dragon. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna banish the Martial Leaf to make our Spore a level 4. We already have World Carryweight Champion, so we can go into Stardust Dragon. I wish everyone had an animation for Stardust Dragon. We're gonna destroy the Phoenix, leave the Yuval on the field so he can, you know, feel like he's gonna do something. Negate the effect. Bring the third phase over. Bring it over. I'm not even worried. This is gonna bring Ultimate Nightmare. I get my Stardust back. I skip my draw phase, doesn't matter. I can summon a card, wait. Mill another 3. Not that I need to, but why not? And I could have won this right here. Obviously, if I activate my Offerings to the Doom on the Ultimate Nightmare, he can't summon anything else and I just attack for game. But like I said, I have Stardust Dragon, so this Yuval has to pay back. I'm gonna attack it to activate the effect so that then I can negate it. Hit him for 24 and give me that scoop. Scoop it up. I'm not gonna deal all the damage. You're gonna have to scoop it up, Yuval. And then we got Aster Phoenix. This last game, you're barely gonna see any gameplay, but I found this duel so funny. No spoilers though. So we're going up against Aster Phoenix. You already know that's a Destiny Hero deck. Either Balance or the Destiny Calling skill. I think this was Destiny Calling. But we're going for second. We have Magical Merchant. He's going to draw 2, set 2 back row, summon Celestial. I pick up one of my Offerings to the Doom, so there's only one left in the deck. Let's start milling some cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can already destroy 2 back row. I can already destroy his monster. My graveyard is, I have a Carryweight Champion. My graveyard is set enough. So I mill a total of 15 cards. I start clicking yes because, you know, why not? And I think at the 4th chain, yeah. Once we got to the 4th chain, he was like, alright, whatever, and just scooped it up. I was laughing so hard at work. Felt a little stupid. But anyway, that's the only reason I saved that replay, because it definitely feels good to, you know, put some salt in the opponent's one instead of always being the recipient of the salt. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. It is Sylvan, so I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about it. But hey, we're revisiting old meta. We couldn't just, you know, not go into this deck. And I really like the fact that it's a really cool Synchro toolbox, in my opinion. So hopefully as we get more Synchro monsters, this deck will be even better and more fun to play. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Over my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. Really appreciate that. And till next time.